The very, very first memory I have of this person is skinny legs, tiny, tiny, tiny person, and like to answer questions in class. The most vivid memory I have of this person is sneaking out of school and getting, she got white girl wasted. So I said to myself, who better to bring on the first episode of Have a Drink with Me than the woman who cannot hold her liquor? Ladies and gentlemen, Hawa!
I hate this introduction so much. Like, you started with all the negatives.
Not necessarily negatives. It's not a bad thing to not be able to
your
hold
show is literally Have a Drink with Me. And you're literally telling everybody she cannot hold her drink.
Well, this is wine. Okay, everybody can hold wine, right? You can't hold wine? Okay.
We'll find out.
Lovely. At least we'll get all the juicy details. So I'm going to pour you a cup first.
Okay.
How have you been? I haven't seen you I've seen you this year, but I've seen you in total for like maybe 20 minutes this whole year. Literally. So what's up? You're supposed to have these people that don't know how to drink. They don't have drinking etiquette. You're supposed to cheers.
I'm sorry, guys.
And look me in the eye. I don't need 7 years of bad sex.
Okay.
It's Lagos already. Can't.
Is that
Saliente. Yeah, it's a thing. If you don't cheers properly, you have 7 years of bad sex.
I don't believe it.
Okay. Well, when your year starts, let me know, because you don't seem like you've done your cheers properly over the last couple of years. But what's been up?
I mean, honestly, I've just been okay. This year for me has just been like work, branding, and saying how I'm navigating life, man. And I feel like we've just seen maybe like industry events. We haven't like sat down and just like caught up, and which is something we have actually done like
we used to quite often, but
we just like sort of. I just feel like life has just been lifing everyone, man.
Everybody is trying to.
Everyone is
navigate what their issues are. So it's not necessarily from a bad place. I don't take offense when I haven't seen certain people for a certain amount of time or stuff like that. But navigating life, you guys, believe it or not, Hawa used to have a 9 to 5.
I did.
Forget what you see on her Instagram where she's baby girl. She had a 9 to 5, and I kid you not, then we used to see a lot more regularly, and every single day, she would bitch about, I hate this job. I don't want to do this. I hate this. And it was very interesting for me, because if they had, given us the chance in uni to say, what's this person going to do? What's that person going to do? I swear I would have picked you as a 9 to 5 girl, because how is to get her project on time?
I was such a bookie.
Just do assignments. I was the opposite, did none of that. And then she had the 9 to 5, and I was one that was on radio. So How did that happen?
Hate does not begin to explain how much I hated that. In fact, there's not a word in the dictionary to explain, how difficult 9 to 5 was for me. Mm-hmm. And it even started from NYSC. I didn't have a life doing NYSC, and that's because I was working in a government office that was literally a parastatal that answers directly to the presidency. And I was working directly in the office of the DG. So you have to be in the office before the DG gets in. The DG gets in at 8. So when everyone else is resuming 8:30, you're resuming at 7:30. Because you have to go ahead of the DG. You cannot leave the office before the DG. Girl, that's when I realized these rich people be having meetings when we're asleep.
That's very interesting. I never quite saw it that way, because I started working at, 17?
I mean, you were already on radio, like when 100 level, 200 level already. So that was like 16, 17.
Yeah, so I've never had a regular job. And I didn't know my wardrobe was so bad till I got a job that required me to dress nice to work. It's like, wait, what? I can't just wear boots? No, none of that. So you've managed to convert from that time frame to now. What was that transition like? Because someone like me, uni, I was full on, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
I didn't.
I thought Hawa was going to
if you ask if you ask anybody that knew me from uni, everyone was like, you were supposed to be in the UN, girl. What are you doing on TV?
We studied international law and diplomacy. Little background. I met Hawa, I think, first week or so of uni, and We were blockmates for a while. Like, we're on the same block. We're in the same class. Her last name is Majaji. My name is Mokaeze. So we're always kind of in the same groups. She can testify. I did next to nothing.
I literally just put her name on attendance.
Yeah, let's just keep it moving. Because I was clocked out of uni by like 200 level. And I was the one that would get my roommates that time to film me on this tiny Sony camera. I was doing YouTube at the time. This was 2015-ish. I was doing all of that. And there were a lot of people that were like, Hawa was, I want to help children rights and women rights. And so I honestly thought I was going to be the one, or the only one, in fact, in our entire set.
Because to be fair, there's a lot of us now in media, and I'm like, hold on.
What happened? I was first. What are you doing? So what brought on that transition?
So the thing is, for me, even going to school and doing law was just because, my dad's a lawyer. It's just, okay, that's the best thing to do, you know. From growing up, everyone was like, I think you should do journalism. I think you should do mass comm. I was the head of the debating team. I was always the one reading the news at press club, all them things. However, I'm also very booky. So when I was at school, it's like, okay, my dad is paying this amount of money for me to do law.
That's the only reason I didn't have carryover.
Exactly. Damn it, I have to, be good at this. And that's why I put like 100%. But honestly, up until I came out to the outside world and did NYSC and started my 9 to 5 in Lagos, I still didn't think I was going to go into media. So, I was frustrated, of course, in my 9 to 5 in Abuja. And I'm like, I need to leave Abuja.
I remember that. You were very skeptical about moving as well. You were like, is it worth it? Yeah. You don't really have a plan. Exactly. But what you know is that, look, this Abuja is not working for
exactly.
you.
And for me, it was just because I felt like I wasn't going to grow. Just also because I'm a nothing girl with nothing parents. Like, I'm literally leaving the house and they're like, look left and right before you cross the road. Fam, I'm how old? Like, it just felt like I was never going to grow and experience life. You know when they say in your 20s, you need to experience some things. You need to leave your parents' comfort and experience life. I felt like I wasn't going to experience that in Abuja. And so I'm like, I got to move. But then also coming to Lagos, I didn't have a plan. I didn't have anything I wanted to do. And my parents have always been the type to let you do whatever you want to do. They don't force you. However, you have to convince beyond reasonable doubts.
Right.
So I started applying for jobs in Lagos like a ridiculously mad person.
You guys, aside from my new job now, it's the first time I sent my CV anywhere.
Guys, I was on all those websites that you put your CV,
Jobberman and all
you do everything. Rest. Till now, I even still get like weird emails because I was like literally signed into like all their newsletters and stuff. As God will have it, I got called for Access Bank. I got called for Eco Electricity. I got called for Ikechi Electricity.
I know it was Eco Electricity.
And I'm like, okay, guys, I have a plan now. I'm moving to Lagos. I've gotten job offers. And it might not be as great because, the government job came with things like housing. It came with things like, how those perks that come with government offices. If
I see I'm right now, I collect the job with my full chest.
So, of course, that was better, but I was able to convince them that, for me, this is sort of what I'm going to do regardless. So whether or not they support me, I'm going to find a way to do it. And so they were still skeptical. And I kid you not, at the time, my best friend used to live in Lagos before she moved to Abuja. The last day, the day I literally went and passed out and they gave me the certificate, I went home and I packed almost everything I had and I went to the park and I put it in a car and I sent it to Tito's house. So it's like, damn it, guys, whether or not you're okay with it. You
want me to do this,
I'm going. And it's not like I'm going, okay, fine, I have an uncle that stays here in Lagos. I
remember uncles. That drama.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, at least accommodation is sorted. I have where I'm going to be and everything, So eventually, girl, I convinced them. I moved to Lagos. I started the job. I hated the job.
You guys, I thought, I used to bitch about a lot of stuff. I'm not even going to lie. I can complain a lot. But there was never a time I saw Hawa, or I went to Hawa's house, or Hawa came to my house, and she wasn't on the, guy, this walk. And
my God.
Then leave.
I did not have a life. Literally, when I was doing the training and I had to be at Marina, I would literally be leaving my uncle's house at like 6, 5. I'm waking up at 5. I'm leaving the house 5:36 because I need to be at work for 8 to clock in. and I'm leaving traffic. I'm not getting home till like past 7. I'm not a morning person. I do not function well in the morning for anything.
Yeah.
So I literally have to go to bed as soon as I get home.
To be able to
get my complete hours of sleep. I didn't used to have dinner. I was so skinny. There was a time my parents had to bundle me and take me for a test because they're like, are you
Something
sick?
is wrong.
Something has to be wrong. Somebody cannot be this skinny. And I was just, honestly, it was, I keep saying it, that was one of the hardest times of my life. I was so sad mentally, physically, you know, it was just taking a lot and it wasn't giving me anything. I wasn't seeing any value. Okay, of course, everyone is like, oh yeah, but it's good pay, but good pay at what cost?
Right.
So it's like, what am I doing there? I mean, I could get out of here and get money somewhere else and find a way to make money. But bear in mind, even when I was leaving, I just left because I had to leave. Even though I just felt like I was gonna die if I didn't leave. If you get what I mean. So I just had to leave. So I did not have a plan. I sort of knew that, okay, maybe let me explore this. In fact, even after I left, I still did other 9-to-5s. I still I worked at like an NGO. I was still like sort of chasing the UN dream.
The UN dream, yeah.
And it's like, oh, maybe I'll still be able to help kids and help women and, you know, help people in the North. So I was still sort of chasing that dream. Then I got one NGO job in Maiduguri and I was like so gassed. I was like, oh, Daddy, they're even going to pay me in dollars. And my dad goes, is he not somebody that is alive that will spend dollars? I'm going to Maiduguri. And he's like, over his dead body, I'm not going to Maiduguri.
I think it took us a while to stop suffering and smiling.
Yeah.
I, for one, suffered and smiled for a long time. Those who know, I was suffering. I was stiff. I wanted to die, long story short. But how much courage do you just even have to manipulate your head to believe you have to take, like you did, Abuja steady job, but I'm not happy. There is a level of uncertainty you had to have embraced because with the way economic is right now, frankly speaking, any job you have, hold on tight.
Hold it tight.
That time, dollar was like 400.
360.
You can be a bad bitch. You can say, oh no, I'm not. What? Dollar is just 360. If you have any work now, hold it tight. So I think it's something to be said for us who have refused to do what our parents were doing, where you're somewhere and it's draining you. Look at you, you were losing weight, you weren't happy, you weren't eating, your social life was suffering. The courage, how did you get the courage to be like, you know what, enough is enough, I'm done with this, I don't want to do it anymore?
Like in Abuja, I just literally sent my things. So it's like,
they've gone, you have to go.
I don't, like, there's nothing you guys are going to do to hold me here. Whether or not you guys let me go, I'm gonna go. And which is why I quietly sent my things. But with, like, my Lagos job, the first one I had when I came to Lagos, one day I literally just said, fuck it, I'm not going.
Right.
I'm not going. I have my ID card at home.
Right.
I didn't go back to submit it. I got query emails, you've not been coming to work, and I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
And I feel like every time I wanted to go into the office and have that conversation with my boss, I always felt like, shit, I can't do it. Shit, how do I want to say it?
Sorry, I don't want to do
exactly.
this no more.
How do I want to say it? And again, I was now saddled with, once I do that officially, then I now have to update family as well. Okay, guys, I don't
have job again as well.
So, it was very difficult, but I feel like it was a necessary evil because where I'm at right now in life, if you had told me 3 years ago that I would be, it's not all roses and glitters where I am right now. The only difference is I love what I'm doing.
Yeah, so that makes whatever storm that is coming your way acceptable or manageable.
Exactly. So even when I'm crying, I'm just like, yeah, I'm crying, but tomorrow I'll put up my camera because I love it. That kind of thing. But it was really hard. And even when I left without a plan. I left with the fact that, okay, yes, I know I want to go into media and I want to explore this other side of me that everybody had been saying that I never really explored. But how am I going to do it?
Yeah, I think I remember a couple of conversations.
At the time, you were sort of the only friend
that was doing that.
That was doing, because I moved to Lagos, so I was a 9-to-5er, so I didn't have, it's now that I have industry people and colleagues and people that I can reach out to. But at the time, I was totally blank, plain, simple. And it was with you I went to an event, and then I saw Adams on the red carpet of the event. And, you know, he interviewed me, we're all hi, we're all hellos, we're bye. Funny thing is, you even told me who he was at the time, if you remember. I didn't know. That's to show you guys how much I'm, like, so out of tune
she wasn't on it.
With, like, media and everything.
So I didn't have a lot of friends in the industry at the time. So for me, it was like, oh, I may have now found a partner in crime to do all these things with. So I said, okay, you know what I'll just be doing is these events, I'll be plugging you to the events. I remember that time, we weren't a lot that were doing what is now known as content on Instagram now. That time, I would get people be like, you post too much. You're always posting. Hello, content is money.
Everything is content.
Everything is content. So I remember we went to that, there was a blue.
It was, I still have the pictures. It was
blue all through
it was
the red
a comedy
carpet.
thing with this most popular comedians and stuff. I remember.
So I remember you did the interview, and I think I even took a couple of videos for you. I was like, you need to post, because then Hawa too didn't really used to post.
I mean, I have always been like a sucker for pictures and videos. I just wasn't like,
she wasn't a sharer.
Yeah, exactly. It was just always for my gallery and like for the people that knew me. Even on Facebook, then I'm like didn't have like pictures,
a lot of pictures
and stuff. But it wasn't even after that. It was just like hi, hello after that on the carpet, and then we went for another event that they did in Lekki on Admiralty or something. It's one of these drink brands. And coincidentally, he was
the host again.
Red carpet host again. And he's like, oh, hi, we're becoming friends on the carpet now. And, you know, we laughed about it. Hi, hello, bye again. And then we followed each other on Instagram. And then a few weeks later, he was supposed to do his CVGC this thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Games challenge or thing that he does. And then he hits me up on Instagram and he's like, oh, yo, I have an event, do you want to come through? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, why not? So as I come through to my office and pick your invite. And bear in mind, I didn't know his office was Sound City. I mean, you at the time, well, fair enough, I think you told me.
I told you, but like it didn't quite.
Exactly, and I mean, also starting out for me, I was so naive, and so I was so paranoid about a lot of things. And I'm like, come and meet him. And it was late, because...
She said, oh, you carry me away, I don't know.
I'm like, come on, meet him. And I already told him I couldn't make it during the day. So it was in the evening, and he's like, okay, pull up and come through and collect this thing. So, I mean...
I know how our minds worked at the time. It was like, no, there I go.
But I had already told 1, 2, 3 friends that this is where I'm going in case, like, a few minutes later I'm not found. Guys that everything is good. You know, but I went through, and it was his office, and weirdly, at the time I got there, they were having a meeting, like, you know, for the event strategy meeting. And then he's like, oh, now you just have to sit through this. And it was so, oh my God, by the way, the time I left my job to when I started media was maybe like 2-3 months. But oh my God, Ada, I kid you not, it was one of the hardest 3 months of my life. Not even because I was really saving money for days. This life I didn't have because I wasn't going out, I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, you weren't spending as much.
I wasn't spending. So I already knew I wanted to leave, so I was already saving like my survival fund.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I just had a deja vu of my life.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing the wine is hitting where it's supposed to hit.
I don't remember. I lost my train of thought.
You guys, she's had 3 sips.
I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Wow, really?
Yeah. I swear I don't remember what I was saying.
I promise you guys, it's not even spiked. You were talking about the strategy meeting.
Exactly. Okay, yes. They were having a strategy meeting. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to hold my drink at all.
Oh my God.
But yes, they were having a strategy meeting. I mean, I sat through it. And yes, I remember what I was saying. That period where people will ask you, oh, what do you do?
Like the Lagos men will say, I do a lot of things. None of them profitable, but I do a lot.
Oh my word. What's the response to what you do? Every time I used to just say, oh, I just left my job last month, I'm figuring it out. And everybody used to give me that weird look. And like, honestly, when people tell me now they're figuring it out, I don't think it's a weird thing.
No, because some people are figuring it out.
Exactly. But the looks people used to give me, and it was just like...
I think it was also the I left my job. Not that you didn't say, oh,
I got fired.
Like, it was a conscious decision.
Yeah,
so
I
people
feel like
that.
a lot of people just were like, you left. Especially when people like find out my pay, they're like, you left this pay. I don't know why everybody just thinks everything is just like about the money.
If
Because
I had the money you had at that time, I don't think I'd have left the job. I wouldn't have left the job. I would still be dead now.
At workers,
My darling, take my life. Give me money. I don't think you know what's going on, though. Do you know what the lie say?
Oh my God.
You want me to not have social life, have a blast. You don't want me to have man. Look at me. Now, no man, no money. All joy to get. No, thank you.
Oh my God, no.
But yeah, obviously, happiness over everything else.
Yeah. And then literally, I sat through that meeting and it was like, what do you do? I'm like, oh yeah, I just left my job. And literally, this was like a month, like a few months, or like a month. Yeah, I'm like, I just left my job last month. I'm literally figuring it out. That's what I was literally saying to everybody that asked.
To listen.
So, after the meeting, everybody was all well and good and merry and Gucci. And then he now finally asked me, no, really and truly, what do you really do?
Oh, you thought you were joking?
Yeah, I think maybe he thought like, maybe. I'm like, no, honestly, really. This used to be what I was doing. And even him, and he's like, you left? Why did you leave? And I'm like, I left because I wasn't happy. And I didn't get fulfillment in it. And I felt like I was being literally crippled. But bear in mind, even when I came to Lagos, even though I was working in a private sector, it's a private sector that formerly used to be a government organization.
So it's almost the exact same thing you left in Abuja.
So the same thing I was running away from, I literally came and met here. This one self with insults because a customer will come and tell you, I paid for my light since when? What are you doing? All them.
I can never do customer care.
Exactly. By the way, my customer care wasn't even residents. I was KCG, so key customer group. So like the Echo hotels and them big people. Yeah, no. Those used to be our accounts. But I promise you that the rich people have more problems than the regular people. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I want to be rich and have them problems though. Like, I don't want to be regular and still be broke. Like, give me rich and give me problems. It's fine. I use my money to solve.
And for some weird reason, I just laid all my cards on the table. I'm like, this is what happened, and I left this, and this is where I am now, and this is what I'm trying to do. How to start it, I'm
no idea.
How to navigate it, I have no idea, but this is what I'm trying to do. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, sure. He gives me the invite. And the next day, literally the next day at like 6, 7 a.m., he's hitting me up. Wagwan, what are you doing today? I'm like, nothing.
I'm jobless, dear. Not doing too much.
And then he's like, okay, I'm going for media rounds. I'm going to some radio stations and TV stations and, the big people. Do you want to pull up? I'm like, yes. Oh my God, you guys. I wore like midi skirt, like heels and like the shirt. Like I was so used to my corporate life.
That was another thing. She's dressed so annoying, guys. Oh my God. Hawa had printed shirts. She had plaid skirts. Like the skirts that will now have these slits at device like sis.
I was literally so used to my 9 to 5. And that was how I dressed to multi-choice office, believe it or not.
Lol. They're about to hire her to be like commanding officer.
And I went there and everybody's like in jeans and t-shirt and train. So out of place and so awkward.
Right.
But it was like, I didn't know.
This is what I mean, yeah.
The next day when he hits me up and he's like, oh, I'm going to Cool FM and the Beats. And I pull up in jeans and trainers. And from there, literally, something just sort of clicked with that. And then weirdly, I started interning under him at Sound City. And then I got Silverbird, and literally it just sort of started clicking and making a little bit of sense, even though I was still winging it, but it just seemed like, okay, at least I've started the journey. I don't know what the middle is gonna look like.
Or the end or
I don't
whatever,
know what the end is gonna look like,
I'm moving.
but I've started.
Right.
So I was in such a happy place just even knowing I started. And it's just like, okay, at least my foot is now in the door. Even though it wasn't like fully in, because it was like internship.
Yeah, but you're in
my toes. But I'm like, okay, I have to make the best of this situation. And like now that things are like sort of falling into place for me, and sometimes I get like some invites and I'm like, hold on.
They know who I am?
I get some brands reach out to me now and I'm like, hold on. And I'll go into my bathroom and I'll first cry. And I'm like, okay, it's time to respond to I'm a crier, guys. I cry over everything. Okay, now it's time to respond to the email.
Right.
Like even now that I'm living it, in as much as it's things that I dreamt for myself when I was starting, it's still so surreal for me that
we had this conversation yesterday where we were like, we've looked up to so many people in the industry. I mean, you had VJ Adams as your guardian angel. I had Tajay Prest. And it's like, I'm so thankful and appreciative that they all saw something that even I or us at the time didn't even recognize in ourselves. But there was a hunger, again, that we had that I think generally in this generation is missing. Because everybody sees, I'm gonna click on TikTok. Gonna get you to Bugawa, and people are going viral for the dumbest reasons. I'm sorry, because why? But we had a hunger, and we were not and are still not afraid of putting in the work. That's what I think the difference is, and that's also something I think these people saw. It's like, yes, they want to be in media and whatever, and they're doing it because they enjoy it. Because we weren't about wanting the flashy life or wanting to, we just wanted to express ourselves and enjoy the process.
I just wanted to be able to, you know, when like we watch stuff and we watch like reporters, like growing up when I used to do like press club and all these things.
I was never in any, I never
really?
went to debates.
Oh my God, do you know the hype that comes when like after assembly, when you're done reading news, you go, and my name is Hawa Majaji.
I used to want to be like
Christiana Amanpour was my girl. And this is CNN.
We're clearly on two separate planes because I was more like, my name is Cyril Stoba and I'm Fumi Wakama and this is NTA News. That's more.
Oh, hell no.
Can you guys see the difference?
Hell no.
She has glasses, pink, all put together, and then there's me. But I mean, that's the thing. We had people who were also setting realistic goals, which brings me to the next point of discussion. We had those women who we saw putting in the work. We saw that, and it encouraged us to be like, look, I want this. I don't know what the journey is like.
It's gonna be like.
I'm ready to do whatever work is required to get to where I want to get to. So people like VJ Adams and Tajay Prest all gave us that first stepping stone
like,
into it.
This is your key.
This is
now
how you
go
get
unlock the door and figure it
out on your own. But it's like these days, what I worry for is there's not a lot of Christina Amanpour or Fumi Wakamas anymore. I'm not gonna call nobody's names, but there are certain sisters in our industry that I'm terrified my children will ever look up to. Because there is a moral decadence, there is a moral It's like, at this point, I'm scared that there's gonna be no right or wrong. And this is not from a necessarily judgy perspective, because everybody's got skeletons in their closets, but it's like...
I'm still drinking it.
Drinking! We're doing shots, so I don't even know what you're doing. It's have a drink with me. This one drink.
She wants to kill me, guys, because she knows I can't handle it.
But it's like, especially within our industry, there's a lot of people doing a lot of wrong stuff for the wrong reasons. They want to wear the Gucci, they want to wear the Prada, they want to have the body, they want to live in the certain houses, and they are doing some dark, twisted shit. I've been hearing some things, I'm like, sis. So, for you, what has it been like? Because we were the last end, I would say, I don't want to say end of morality because that's so harsh, but we were the last set that still had some level of dependence on hard work getting you there. After us, so how do you balance both? Because now you're also on a cusp where you have to sort of relate to the millennials, but Gen Z also have to get you.
I just feel like at the time we were born with when we were younger, like the generation that we were seeing growing up with us were the millennials. You know, even though we were at the Gen Z year, our year sort of like started it. So of course, our growing up with our mindsets, everything, our doctrines, everything
was millennial.
Sort of like, and the millennials are like, I'm sorry guys, they're like our parents. Literally. Our parents, are they millennials?
No, but Gen X.
They're baby bloomers or something, right?
My parents are Gen X, I think.
Okay.
I don't know anything apart from Gen Z and millennial. That's what concerns me. The rest
So I feel like for us, part of the things that shaped us was the fact that we those are the people we grew up with.
We saw, yeah.
So those are the people we were looking up to.
Right.
However, now, the little ones that are born, the people that they are looking up to are the present 22, 23-year-olds. Those are like the people in their generation now, if you get what I'm saying. And like now, there's like a huge shift with what we were used to and what's happening now. So I feel like we were in such an in place, but I really like where we were because it now gave us like now people want like the pleasure and everything that comes with it without the work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We still have the work ethic. We don't necessarily want the easy way out. We want a way through.
Exactly.
If it's hard, we'll take it hard.
It's like let's just get us into that room.
We'll handle the rest. We'll
exactly.
wing it. We're the wing it generation, at least towards the gatekeepers, I would say, are that. But for you, you've been in the industry now properly for the last 4 years, I believe. I'm gonna do 10 years next year. God damn. But what's been the most difficult thing? What's the one thing that you would say almost
took me out of the industry?
Almost broke you, yeah.
It's the fact that every door, or most of the doors I walked into, people first see my face and that I'm a fine girl before they even trying to see what potential I had to offer.
They see my tits.
So literally, Ada, I had people saying to me, without even putting me in a studio, without doing a screen test, without doing a voice test, so you don't even know if I'm going to pass to even get that role. You don't even know how good I'm gonna be. Just because I'm coming to you and I'm saying, okay, I want to try for this position, you're saying to me, oh my God, you look so good. I have seen some of the things you do online. I feel like we're gonna be able to make a lot of money together, but I want to put my babies in you. Yeah. So for me, if there was anything that sort of challenged me in the industry, it was like creating those boundaries and saying, okay, this is what this person is saying. I'm shutting this door and I'm going to try another one. Because for me, once that conversation is brought to the forefront, I start thinking, okay, if I lead you on, because of course I'm not going to do what the fuck you're asking me to do. Because I know the house I came out of.
Honey.
I know where I'm from.
Honey. Why am I being nice to you, please?
So literally, I'm just like, I know I'm not going to do that with you. So even if I want to play pretend and play along, because I know the potential I have and I know the value I have to offer, you're going to give me that role. What am I now going to do to keep it?
Right. I mean, it's something I think every girl who has a beautiful face.
And honestly, and which is what made me stay in media, it didn't necessarily push me out of the industry. Because even when I had the government job in Abuja, it was things that were coming my way.
Right.
Even when I had the 9-to-5, it were things that were coming my way.
It's the curse of a pretty face.
So, of course, I know that, okay, this is a challenge that people in the banks are facing. This is a challenge that people in real estate are facing.
Right.
However, in our industry, people put it so plainly that you're like, you have audacity.
No, that's the one thing I would say about the entertainment industry in Nigeria.
You have audacity.
There's no audacity, there's audacity. Because I know how many things I passed up on because...
Girl.
You know me. I am horrible at pretending. Because my face is so expressive. If I don't like it, my face is going to show it. Unlike some people, like you were saying, who would play to the gallery a little bit and lead people on. I can't. If I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed. I don't want to pretend. So for me, it was like a lot of situations where, I mean, I came to you with a couple of them where I'm like, yo, this is what's happening.
And you be telling me like, this person, watch out.
I had a whole ass list.
She had a list like, okay, you're going to the office, watch out for this person.
That. So it was like, for me, because also I'm so friendly and so, easy in quotes. Not easy like get into my bed, but like, I'm not a fussy person. I can roll with the punches.
You actually can roll with every crowd.
So a lot of people took that for flirty or whatever, but what was very, very, very interesting was, look, I'm damn good at what I do.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether you want to get into my pants to give me the job or you want to give it to me on merit, like you said, do voice tests and screen tests, I would always, the talent and the hunger will always shine through. Tell me one interesting thing you're working on right now before I let you go.
Oh my God. You guys, I'm so gassed for this. The one goal I had for myself this year was I'm going to have my own show.
Ooh.
And I have this thing I'm doing on my YouTube channel where I'm starting different shows, but in the future is like all for a bigger picture. So the bigger picture is I see myself having
a network.
Exactly.
Everybody always asks me, what do you want to be? I want to say I want to be an Oprah. Not Oprah the host.
I want to be an Oprah.
But Oprah as an own TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like bits and pieces of things that are going to come together to finally form my show in the future and form my network and form what I am driving, the goal I'm literally working on driving to. So my literal goal this year was to start the other part of the show because the first one was the drive time with Hawa, Majaji.
Okay.
And, you know, and I successfully shot 10 episodes of it.
All right,
that I'm going to start airing very soon. So stay tuned.
Alrighty, well.
And I have like your face literally on the show. And honestly, I am so gassed for it. I'm so excited because I've been saying it for like a minute that I wanted to do this.
Something like that.
And it's always just been in the planning stage and never left the planning stage. I kid you not, I woke up one day and I'm like,
you know what?
I don't care what it's going to cost me. I'm tired of going into these doors and people shutting it in my face. It's like, let me invest in me. So I'm so excited that I did that. So you guys should stay tuned and watch it.
Okay, well, clearly the motto is invest in yourself. Damn the consequences. If you want it bad enough and you're ready to break your back bad enough, you have to be hungry for it. You can absolutely get it done. I mean, here's living proof in pink. Thank you so much for coming on the show, being my first guest.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how well you do. Can't wait to potentially collaborate on a lot of other projects. And it's been absolutely beautiful to see you grow and watch you do what you do. Do it so effortlessly, even though I know how much work is actually put into it. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for being my first guest. She agreed the moment I asked her about it.
Of course, girl. I hope your show does amazing.
Amen. So that being said, I'm going to break out the tequila and we are going to play a little game called Have You Ever? Stay tuned.
Oh! You want to kill me? Hi, parents. If you're watching this video, this is soda. This, I don't know what she's trying to do to me, but this isn't who I am. I'm a better person. I am who you raised me to be.
Disclaimer. So, I don't know what the hell she's doing. Because I have been accused of being partisan. Relax now, calm down. Because I've been accused of being partisan, we have these.
I'm so scared.
Now, the game is called Never Have I Ever. And because some people are literal kittings, they need soda to dilute. Some of us are from Delta and we represent the Sapele water. So ask
this girl just wants to
ask your question. Never have I ever.
Girl, I'm not helping you do shit.
Salute. Salute, sister girl.
I want to leave the industry now.
You've been on both. Caliente.
No, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna have to like.
Hello. Extra shot if you waste time. Just close your eyes and drink something.
It's bitter.
Oh my God. This one is actually nice. I promise you. I promise.
I saw what you turned in here. Don't be lying to me, girl. Okay, I'll do it.
Oh my God, so stressful. She's closing her nose. It's not bitter.
It's fucking bitter. Don't be lying. Don't be lying.
Wow.
By the way, I'm not helping you do shit. You're not a star in your own lane. You're a moon.
I've reduced your quantity.
Thank you.
So guys, keep in mind, we're going to 5 and Hawa is already... No, that's too much for me.
Okay, that's my quantity.
It's the same. She's pouring it back into the jug, y'all. She's pouring it back into the jug.
God help me.
All right, next question. Sister.
Y'all know I'm a bad bitch.
Uh-huh. Hold up, we need to refill. Some people are going to walk out of here with their hand on their head.
I Dad, please pity me.
I'm literally
I went from good to bad.
Next question, we're on number 3, you'll be fine.
I hate this girl, I'm gonna break her head.
That one I can 100% be okay with because I hardly ever say I love you. Drink.
But hold on, what if I don't regret it?
They say never have I ever regretted. Do you regret it or not?
I don't think I regret it. Like everybody I've been with that I've liked, like it was.
You said I love you to them?
I only been with 2 people or 3 people.
Ha.
No, but what I'm saying is
Okay,
I don't regret it.
So, we passed. Yes, we are not drinking.
So,
yes.
If I did say I love you to you, I did mean it, and I don't regret it.
I ain't said it to enough people to regret it.
No.
Next question, number 4. Z. Carry your drink.
I will smack you.
I'm not fainting. I will smack. Carry your drink.
How are you supposed to determine my fainting more than me that fainted? That you claim fainted?
Hawa. Drink your drink.
No,
let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Let the judges judge. How can me that they claim the faintee not remember?
2 times then. First in the place, 2 in front of school gates.
I didn't faint.
In front of school gates.
I was pretending so they can let me go in.
In the car. Drink your drink.
And by the way, I wasn't unconscious.
Oh my God. Can you drink? Do you guys hear all the excuses? It's like, sister girl, drink.
Cheers.
Hawa has 3, I have 2. Last question.
The crazy things that life has brought my way. And the crazy experiences.
Drink your drink. You guys, oh my God. This girl distressed me. Drink your drink. Drink your drink.
You guys, I'm going to take this shot.
Oh my God.
Like a bad bitch that I am.
Okay, a bad bitch wouldn't talk about it. She would drink it.
I'm a bad bitch.
Go off.
You're a bad bitch.
I love it. Okay, last question.
I'm going to help your wife.
In Nigeria, please, we don't do such. But I win because I took the lesser amount of shots.
Hold on, guys. I just have to say, bear in mind, I'm a guest on this show.
Okay, you know what?
Everybody else is Team Ada. So
okay, you know what? Just for vibes, you pick a never have I ever, I'll pick a never have I ever. And
I know you don't like me, so you don't pick a never because you know me.
Then you pick one I pick one now. That's fair.
Okay. You go first.
Never have I ever worn an all-pink ensemble.
I'm not gonna drink. My shoe wasn't all pink. The back was orange.
Right now?
No, this isn't all pink.
It's not. I didn't say today. Never have I ever.
I've never.
Do you guys want me to pull up the Instagram video?
If you're talking about the award I went for this year, the back of my shoes were orange. It wasn't all pink.
Right. Okay. Cool. Nobody's drinking. Your turn.
Good.
Okay.
My turn. Never have I ever.
Shall I bring up something about boys? I'm
dating a boy who was in a music video. I'm gonna feel your shot because you dated him 3 times. There you go. She put on film the shot.
Yo,
there you go.
You guys see who's evil now and who isn't? Because I would never do this to another person. Wait, I need the camera. Please. Zoom in. Look at your man at the killers.
There you go.
It's not me who kill, please. Dear.
Ooh. Drink.
I'm gonna regret this so much in the morning.
Yay! Now we're even.
Oh, God. I think I'm gonna lose it.
You want soda?
I'm good. A bad bitch does not need...
A bad bitch does not
need... A bad bitch needs soda. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go. Yeah. Toodles.